are students assessed? Powell states, in your Introduction to Education, Explorations in Teaching, the classroom assessment encompasses all the possible ways that teachers determine what the students know and can do measured against standards and other learning goals. Standardized assessments need to show validity and reliability. They show detailed score reports for individual students that serve diagnostic purposes when studied by the teachers. The What Are Some Types of Assessment article says that standardized assessments are timed tests that track students' progress, are state-mandated standardized tests, and that every student at a particular grade level is required to take the same test. Standardized tests can tell us how well we met standards compared to other schools, show us improvement and compare growth, show what needs to be improved upon, and find red flags. The What Are Some Types of Assessments article also tells us that alternative assessments are usually designed by teachers to gauge students' understanding of materials. Effective assessments give students feedback on how well they understand the information and on what they need to improve on, while helping teachers better design instruction. The content of the assessment should match the content of instruction. Some kinds of alternative assessments include observations, essays, interviews, performance tasks, exhibitions and demonstrations, portfolios, journals, teacher-created tests, rubrics, and self and peer evaluations. Why do teachers assess? Powell explains in the textbook, Your Introduction to Education, Explorations in Teaching, that teachers assess in order to monitor students' progress, make instructional decisions, evaluate students' achievement, evaluate programs, and evaluate whether the educational goals and standards of the lessons are being met. The Why is Assessment Important article explains how assessments affect decisions about grades, placements, advancement, instructional needs, curriculum, and funding in some cases. When assessments work best, they do the following: provide diagnostic feedback, provide educators set standards, evaluate progress, relate to a student's progress, and motivate performance for both the student self-evaluation and for teacher self-evaluation. What are assessments used for? Powell states in the textbook, Your Introduction to Education, Explorations in Teaching, that assessments are used in monitoring students' progress, making instructional decisions, evaluating students' achievement, and evaluating programs. Standardized tests can show student improvement over the year. A national assessment of education progress shows achievement tracking of students at specific grade levels over time, provide a basis for state-to-state comparisons, and allow for results tracking for a particular subject area and for comparisons among subject areas. The Why is Assessment Important article states that assessments evaluate whether the educational goals and standards of the lessons are being met. Morrison explains in Why is Assessment Important that assessments help children by identifying what they know, identifying children's special needs, determining appropriate placement, selecting appropriate curricula to meet children's individual needs, and referring children and, as appropriate, their families for additional services to programs and agencies. Assessments help families communicate with parents to provide information about their students' progress and learning, and relate school activities to home activities and experiences. Assessments provide the public with information regarding children's achievement, information relating to students' school-wide achievements, and provide a basis for public policy, for example, legislation, recommendations, and statements.